The main goal is really to foster a place for the Temple creative community to release their music via iTunes, um, concerts, uh, things like this, media opportunities. It's just a real world class where people are thrown into the fire, if you will, and asked to do the job that a real record company does.
It started off mostly as like a class based learning experience, but we're trying to transform it more into like a real life working record label that's actually doing something. We're really working on the image and making it a real functioning label.
Well, the class is based around the Temple record label, and we're responsible for representing all the artists on the label and all of the media that goes along with packaging them together. So we've basically assembled a team through the class to really support the artists and create some great material and make sure that they're represented, in the best way that they can.
Well, essentially, what we're trying to do is create a musical community at Temple, and we're trying to promote local bands and Temple students and their musical endeavors, and not just bands that are on the record label, but just bands in general that are in the area, and just to try and establish a presence in Philadelphia.
If we found someone that wasn't a Temple student but had an extraordinary talent, we would certainly consider it. But I feel strongly that part of the mission of Bell Tower Music is to expose the vibrant, creative community that exists here.
Only within last year and this year, last year they signed artists and they put out a few records. And we're kind of doing the follow-up on that. So we're taking those two bands, Sunny Shine and the Underwater Sounds and Danny Janklow, and we're really trying to promote them and push their shows. And we don't know if we're going to sign anybody else, but at the moment it's just kind of working on them and on our image.
I work at Live Nation, and so I'm trying kind of like the liaison between Live Nation and us, and trying to build a connection with them to do promotions, get our bands on shows like the TLA and the Tower Theater, and just try to make ourselves seem more professional because we're linked with a company, a more professional concert promoter.
The great thing about Temple's record label is that it's open to every genre. It doesn't matter what style of music you focus on. It's open to everybody, and that's a great thing. And I'm really excited to just go ahead and produce content for these guys and make sure that everybody gets involved. So it's pretty cool.
I'd really like to eventually have a Bell Tower music festival that would take place in the spring, where we would select various acts that were in the Temple community and put on, some nice, fun outdoor festival, maybe out on Bury or next to the Bell Tower, ideally. And if all goes well, we'll have our first radio program, too, on WHIP, which is the student-run Temple radio station.